Did you know how Kobe Bryant was named after Japanese beef, grew up in Italy, and spoke Italian and Spanish fluently? He's the only player to be an Olympic gold medalist and an Academy Award winner for Deer basketball. From dropping 81 points in a single game to matching Michael Jordan in all defensive first-team selections, Kobe made legends look small while living a life full of shocking highs and some intense controversies. Starting with the night the basketball world waited for. Christmas Day 2004, Lakers vs. Heat, Kobe vs. Shaq. No shared jersey, no shared locker room, no pretending. Shaq came back to Los Angeles as the defending finals MVP, backed by Dwayne Wade, riding a 21-7 record. Kobe had a rebuilding roster and the ball in his hands every possession that mattered. From the opening tip, Kobe attacked. Pull-ups, drives, tough shots oversized, no hesitation. He finished with 42 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shaq was productive, 24 points and 11 boards, but he could not control the game. He fouled out guarding Kobe late. Miami won in overtime, but the night belonged to Kobe. The former sidekick outscored the former centerpiece, head-to-head on the league's biggest regular season stage. The shift had started years earlier, Western Conference semifinals May 13, 2001, Game 4 against Sacramento. This was still Shaq's team on paper, but the game told a different story. Kobe was relentless from the start. He scored 48 points on 15 for 29 shooting, grabbed 16 rebounds, and handed out 8 assists. Every Kings adjustment failed. Shaq played well with 25 points and 10 rebounds, but he fouled out in the fourth quarter. When the series needed a closer, Kobe took over completely. The ball found him on every critical possession. The Kings were fighting for survival, and Kobe controlled the pace, scoring and finish while Shaq watched from the bench. Then came the 2001 Western Conference Finals against San Antonio, the league's top speed and best defensive group. In Game 1, Kobe shredded the Spurs for 45 points and 10 rebounds on 19 of 35 shooting, while playing 46 minutes. He attacked every defender they threw at him. Shaq was solid, but he was not towering over the box score. The offense flowed through Kobe's decisions, Kobe's pressure, and Kobe's shot creation. The Lakers swept the Spurs by huge margins, and the hierarchy on the floor was clear. Each matchup showed the same pattern. When tension rose and possessions tightened, Kobe's scoring climbed. His control increased and Shaq's role narrowed, proving dominance was about ownership under pressure. January 17, 2007, regular season. San Antonio came in with Tim Duncan healthy and anchoring everything. Kobe did not circle the matchup, he attacked it. He finished with 34 points and repeatedly went straight at Duncan. Pull-ups, drives, and emphatic dunks at the rim made the point clear. Duncan was there, the defense was set, and Kobe still controlled the scoring. It was not about schemes, it was about who decided the game's tone. February 14, 2003 told the same story with more resistance. The Spurs won 103-95, but Kobe owned the night offensively. He dropped 44 points, his 8th straight game with at least 35, against a defense built to slow stars down. Bruce Bowen chased him, Duncan waited inside, and Kobe still carried the Lakers. Shaq added 21, but the offense lived and died with Kobe's shot creation. Even in a loss, the scoreboard showed who dictated pressure. Duncan had 28 and 20, a monster line, yet Kobe still outscored him while taking on every defensive look San Antonio had. That season's series showed the contrast clearly. The Spurs won games with balance and depth. Kobe won moments by sheer volume and control. Even when the Lakers struggled to shoot or turn the ball over, Kobe kept forcing the issue, kept the defense bent, and kept San Antonio reacting. The stakes rose in the 2004 Western Conference semifinals, Game 4. This time it was playoff pressure, no room to hide. Kobe poured in 42 points and took over late. Possession after possession, the ball found him, and the Spurs could not slow him without fouling or conceding space. Duncan was productive, but he was not the closer. Kobe was. The Lakers' offense narrowed, simplified, and leaned fully into him. The pattern repeated again in the 2008 Western Conference Finals. San Antonio entered as defending champions. Kobe led the Lakers past them in 5 games, topping the scoring in multiple nights while the Spurs searched for answers. Duncan remained steady. Kobe was louder on the scoreboard and heavier in impact. Across more than 80 career meetings, Kobe averaged more points than Duncan head-to-head. Winds shifted, series changed, but one thing stayed consistent. When Kobe faced legends in their prime, he made the scoring gap impossible to ignore consistently. December 20th, 2002, Lakers vs. 76ers. And this was a straight duel, no hiding behind narratives. Allen Iverson was the reigning MVP, and the entire Sixers offense revolved around him. Kobe did more. He scored 44 points, added 10 assists, and controlled almost every meaningful possession. Iverson scored 32, aggressive and fearless as always, but Kobe still cleared him by a wide margin. Kobe took 35 shots, lived in traffic, and still found teammates when Philadelphia sent help. Nearly half of the Lakers' points came directly from Kobe's scoring or passing. The Sixers won 107-104, but the scoreboard showed who owned the matchup. Kobe did not just trade buckets, he dictated pace while Iverson chased it. Same court, same night, both stars carrying huge loads. Iverson got his numbers, but Kobe's line came with playmaking and control. Shaq was there, yet the offense leaned on Kobe's decisions. Philadelphia built its defense to survive Kobe, not to stop Shaq. Even in a loss, the duel ended with Kobe clearly ahead in production. January 6, 2006 took the conversation even further. Lakers versus Sixers again, but this time Kobe erased any debate early. He scored 48 points in a 119-93 blowout. Iverson had 31 and never caught up. Kobe shot 19 of 29 from the field and hit all 7 of his three-point attempts. Every defender Philadelphia tried failed quickly. Pull-ups, spot-ups, transition threes, and late clock shots all dropped. Iverson kept attacking, but the gap only grew. This was not a close duel stretched by volume. It was efficiency and separation. By the fourth quarter, the game was over, and the comparison was settled on the scoreboard. That night also mattered because it removed team context arguments. No playoff stakes, no system excuses, just pure offense. Kobe did more on fewer shots and ended the game before it turned into a track meet. Iverson was still dangerous, still fearless, and still secondary by the final horn. The highest stakes came in the 2001 NBA Finals. Game 2 was important because the Lakers had already been shocked in Game 1. Philadelphia had momentum. The crowd was loud and Iverson was confident. Kobe responded immediately. He scored 31 points, attacked early, and stayed aggressive late. Iverson finished with 35, but the Lakers won, and Kobe led the offense when the game tightened. Shaq dominated inside, but Kobe handled perimeter pressure and late execution. The series swung there. Game 3 pushed it further. Back in Philadelphia, Kobe was booed heavily before the tip. He answered with 32 points and took over late stretches with Shaq carrying the possession load. Iverson scored, competed, and fought for every inch, but Kobe controlled the fourth quarter moments. The Lakers left Philadelphia up 2-1, and the duel tilted again. Across these matchups, the pattern stayed consistent. Iverson scored in bunches and never backed down. Kobe scored more often, created more offense, and left games with clearer control. Different nights, different stakes, same result on the stat sheet. That finals run was significant because it came against Iverson at his peak. Philadelphia built everything around him, and Kobe still met him possession for possession. In Game 2, Kobe added key assists late to close the door. In Game 3, he played the entire game and led the Lakers with 32 while forcing Iverson into tougher looks. The Lakers did not win because Iverson disappeared. They won because Kobe consistently produced more when pressure increased. March 18, 2007 was one of those nights where matchups stopped mattering. Kevin Garnett was still the anchor of Minnesota, loud on defense, active everywhere, and trusted to control games. Kobe ignored all of that and dropped 50 points. This was not a slow build or a fourth quarter burst. He scored from the opening minutes and never let the defense settle. Garnett guarded the paint, switched, helped, recovered, and still watched Kobe keep scoring. It was the highest scoring game Kobe ever had against Garnett in their head-to-head meetings, and the gap was massive. Minnesota needed Garnett to dominate the game. Kobe made sure the scoreboard stayed tilted the entire night. It was pure offense against elite defense. Garnett was not passive or injured. He was fully involved, active, and vocal. Kobe still outpaced him by a wide margin and controlled every scoring run. Whenever Minnesota closed the gap, Kobe answered immediately. The tone never changed. Garnett influenced the game in many ways, but scoring was no contest that night. Kobe owned it. April 20th, 2003 raised the stakes. Game 1 of the playoffs, Lakers versus Timberwolves, and Garnett was in his prime. This was supposed to be a physical series, slow pace, heavy defense. Kobe scored 39 points. He attacked early and kept attacking even when Minnesota adjusted. Garnett contested shots, rotated late, and tried to protect the rim. Kobe kept getting to his spots. Pull-ups, drives, and tough finishes piled up quickly. The Lakers won, and Kobe led the scoring without hesitation. This was postseason basketball, game planning focused, rotations tight. Minnesota knew this was coming and still could not stop it. Garnett played hard and stayed aggressive, but Kobe stayed ahead the entire night. When the game slowed down, Kobe's scoring still held. A few weeks earlier, April 29, 2003, the pattern had already shown itself. Regular season, Lakers win, Kobe scored 32 with Garnett on the floor. It was not an explosion like the 50 or the 39, but it was control. Kobe led the Lakers in scoring and made sure Minnesota never took command. Garnett filled the stat sheet, but Kobe owned the scoring responsibility. The Lakers played through him and stayed comfortable doing it. Fast forward to the 2008 NBA Finals, and the matchup shifted teams but not results. Lakers versus Celtics, Game 3 championship stage. Garnett now had elite help and home court energy. Kobe scored 36 points, Garnett scored 12. That gap stood out immediately. Boston won the series later, but that game showed the same scoring difference. Kobe took over offensively, hit shots under pressure, and kept the Lakers alive. Garnett focused on defense and rebounding, but the scoreboard told a clear story. Across regular season, playoffs, and finals, the matchup stayed consistent. Different years, different stakes, same outcome. Garnett influenced games in many ways. Kobe kept putting distance on the scoreboard when they shared the floor. January 12, 2004 was the first NBA meeting between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. The Lakers beat the Cavaliers 89-79. LeBron, a rookie, had 16 points, while Kobe left early with a wrist injury, finishing with just 10. Despite the low-scoring night, Kobe's presence and clutch shots later in the game showed his impact. He had more playing time with LeBron and had more field goals before leaving, highlighting a young King James' first taste of taking on a legend. This game set the tone for a rivalry that would last over a decade, with Kobe showing his veteran savvy even against an early LeBron. 2 years later, on January 12, 2006, Kobe and LeBron clashed again. This one was closer. Kobe finished with 27 points, just ahead of LeBron's 26. The Lakers led most of the game, with Kobe hitting key jumpers and drives. He created space, used his footwork to finish over LeBron, and dished out assists on fast breaks. LeBron responded with aggressive drives, pulling the Cavs back from a 9-point deficit. The fourth quarter was intense. Kobe hit clutch shots, including a go-ahead jumper, to keep the Lakers ahead, forcing LeBron to attack off the dribble. LeBron scored 14 of his 41 points in the fourth quarter, but the Lakers still managed to edge out a 98-95 win. Kobe added 12 rebounds and 6 assists. Luke Walton later admitted a late-game misread cost Kobe a clearer shot, showing how tightly contested the matchup was. Every possession was a test of skill, and Kobe's ability to manage the game made the difference. On March 19, 2006, Kobe had one of his best scoring nights against LeBron. He dropped 38 points in a 96-95 loss to the Cavaliers. Kobe hit jumpers, three-pointers, and drove to the basket, including a go-ahead three in the final seconds. LeBron answered with a driving layup to secure the win. Kobe also recorded 6 rebounds and 5 assists. The game was tight throughout, with both stars showing why their rivalry was a highlight of the 2005-06 season. Kobe's scoring arsenal, fadeaways, spins, drives, and threes tested LeBron's defense on every possession. It was a back-and-forth battle, and Kobe's late-game heroics kept the Lakers within striking distance until LeBron's decisive drive. By 2012, Kobe was 33 and still dominating individual matchups against the Cavaliers. He had a stretch where he scored 30 points plus in 7 of 8 games, including back-to-back 40-point games against Cleveland. He played through a wrist injury, showing that even later in his career he could outscore and lead his team against LeBron, who was with the Heat. The Lakers beat the Cavs in that January 2012 game, with Kobe scoring carrying the offense. He had another 42-point game later in the year, showing his ability to compete at a high level against LeBron's prime. Their final matchup came in March 2016. Kobe, now at the tail end of his career, still scored 26 points, hitting fadeaways and making contested shots. LeBron led the Cavaliers with 24 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, while Kyrie Irving added 26 and Channing Frye 21. The Cavs won 120-108, but Kobe's performance reminded everyone that he could still push the league's top stars. From 2004 to 2016, Kobe consistently outscored or matched LeBron in key games, showing his ability to dominate the next generation of stars. Across these matchups, Kobe's scoring, late-game decision-making, and versatility stood out. Rookie LeBron learned quickly what it meant to face a legend. Mid-career, LeBron had to answer Kobe's shots in tight games. Even in Kobe's later years, he showed flashes of brilliance that pushed LeBron and his teams to their limits. In the 2008 NBA playoffs, Kobe Bryant made Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets look small. The first-round series started with Pau Gasol's playoff debut, where he scored 36 points, grabbed 16 rebounds, dished out 8 assists, and blocked 3 shots as the Lakers took Game 1. Game 2 was Kobe's time. He poured in 49 points, added 10 assists, and shot 18 for 27 from the field, leading the Lakers to a 122-107 win. Carmelo had 23 points and 5 rebounds. Allen Iverson scored 31, but the Lakers' overall team performance and Kobe's dominance made the difference. Game 3 was a blowout in Denver, with Carmelo admitting his team gave up in the second half. Game 4 got closer, but Kobe took over late, scoring 14 in the final 5.5 minutes to seal the sweep. The Lakers led every quarter across the series, only the 7th time in NBA history that happened, and it was the first time that they advanced to the second round since 2004. The 2009 Western Conference Finals against Denver was a full battle between Kobe and Carmelo. Game 1 was razor close. Kobe scored 40 points, Melo 39, and the Lakers edged Denver 105-103. Every shot counted. Game 2 flipped it. Carmelo's 34 points pushed the Nugs to a 106-103 win, canceling out Kobe's 32. Game 3 in Denver saw Kobe drop 41, while Melo scored just 21, giving the Lakers a 103-97 win. Game 4 in Denver was a different story. Carmelo managed only 14, but Denver won by 19, evening the series. Game 5 back in Los Angeles was tied through 3 quarters, tied 76-76. Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol combined for 16 of the Lakers' final 27 points, and the Lakers held Denver to 18 in the fourth for a 104-93 victory. Game 6 in the Mile High City was all Kobe. He shot 12 of 20, 60%, and the Lakers crushed the Nuggets 119-92 to advance to the NBA Finals. Across the series, Kobe outscored Carmelo in nearly every critical moment, hitting shots in crunch time and keeping his team in control. From 2008 to 2009, Kobe's scoring, timing, and efficiency made Carmelo look like just another player on the floor. Every matchup against Carmelo in these playoff runs reinforced that Kobe wasn't just a scorer, he was a game changer. On March 23, 2007, Kobe Bryant faced Chris Paul and the New Orleans Hornets and dropped 50 points in a 111-105 win. This was the fourth straight 50-point game for Kobe, joining only Wilt Chamberlain in NBA history. He hit everything: long threes, off-balance floaters, and tough mid-range shots, and made all 16 free throws, while the crowd tried to rattle him. Chris Paul scored 28 points and added 12 assists, but Kobe's scoring carried the Lakers the entire game. Tyson Chandler had 22 points and 22 rebounds, but the Hornets trailed most of the second half. Kobe scored 10 in the first 3 minutes of the second half during a 14-4 run that gave the Lakers a 70-61 lead for good. His one-handed floater across the line made it 78-65, and a corner three later prompted a loud reaction from the hostile crowd. He gave LA its largest lead, 87-69, with a 16-foot jumper late in the third. Kobe had 27 points in the first half, shooting 9 of 17 and hitting all 9 free throws. The Hornets fought back through Paul and Chandler. Paul hit 4 straight late in the first half and stole at half court to cut the lead to 54-53, giving the Hornets a 57-56 halftime lead. On April 1, 2013, Kobe scored 38 points against the Clippers, outscoring Chris Paul again. He hit several strong baskets, including a highlight dunk over CP3, showing his veteran dominance even against younger athletic defenders. During the 2006-07 season, Kobe frequently carried the scoring load against the Hornets with multiple 40-plus point games. The March 23rd game stands out as one of the most extreme examples, a performance that left Chris Paul and New Orleans on the wrong side of history, while Kobe continued his scoring streak and led the Lakers to victory. Kobe's story proves that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about pushing limits in every arena. Which Kobe moment shocked you the most? Drop a comment and share your thoughts. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more deep dives into sports legends.